The Sig Sauer MPX, a really expensive and almost useless firearm, but it's super cool to have. I finally got one, so let's go check it out. Out here on another beautiful Northwest day. It's a good day. We made it out to the range, got to do some shooting. Right now I'm giving a good run for the MPX here. This is a gun I've been wanting for a really long time. It's a bucket list item for me. It's not quite set up the way I envision it yet. You know, it's tough to get some parts and things right now, but I got the red dot on there and I got a sling on there, and for me that's good enough to put in some range time. It's not the first time I've been out with it. I think this is maybe the fourth, fifth time now I've taken this out. But it's all zeroed, good to go. It runs good. I haven't had any issues with it. I can't complain about it. I'm not expecting any issues. But for me to say this is I've really broken it in, I really know what I want, I'm not there yet. But I just want to give a quick kind of front end observations on this gun. You know, what it's kind of like. Not like a, you know, pick it up and play with it in the gun shop, but you know, I've given it a good little test so far, and I'm already noticing things I want to change, but I already expected that I'm going to want to change those things anyhow, or add things to it. But, you know, one possibly could be the stock brace deal here. The one it comes with is not bad. I don't have that issue that everybody, you know, yes, it moves, but you know, it's not that big of a deal, I don't think, if you're halfway decent at shooting, because you're just driving it into the back of your shoulder, and depending on the height of your red dot, you're not getting a good cheek well anyway, or the necessity for that is not really present. When I bought this, I thought I might have wanted trees falling. When I bought this, I thought I might have wanted the collapsible brace that slides in and out, but the more I shoot it, sorry, my hand's cold, I like the folding stock. And to be fair and to be true to form, I believe that's how these PDWs are meant to be used, is with it's not that hard to fold up, it's just really cold out here. But to be true to form, I think that's how these guns are meant to be used, is with a side folding stock versus the one that or the collapsible stock. Other than that, I've got no issues. All right, we're running brass ammo that I have left over from pre-pandemic, and ammo was a good price, and now we're shooting the, what do we got? It's the Tula steel case, which you can still get. I mix bag them right into the magazine, brass, steel, brass, steel, steel, it doesn't matter. It shoots it, haven't had a single issue with it yet, and I'm not expecting an issue, okay? And like I said, I've only got the red dot on here and a sling on here, and I'm really getting in some practice time with it. And probably by this summer, I'll have this thing dialed in. It'll take me that much shooting for me to be comfortable with this gun and really have that familiar feeling as I do with maybe like one of my ARs or Glock or something like that. But it's, you know, it's something, it's a relationship that you're gonna have to build over time. You're comfortable with it, know what it likes to do and what its capabilities are. I've only shot it closer ranges so far. Nothing really past 25 yards. Maybe when, you know, weather gets a little bit better, I'll stretch it out to set up some 100-yard targets and do things like that and really have some good time with it. But right now it's hard to get to those places where I can set up range like that. I went with the Aimpoint Comp M5 for several reasons. I think it's a fantastic optic. It's also one that I would like to have, and I think it's going to be really good on this platform here. On the StalerWorks, the in-between height one, you know, you got the low, and then the high for night vision. This is the middle, the lower third or whatever they call it. And it's working great. So I don't know if, once I shoot it out to further distances, that's when I think I'll know if I want to keep this red dot on here or switch it over to something like an EOTech. Some people are going EOTech route, some people are going red dot route. I think the possibility of me switching to an EOTech on this is pretty good. I could see myself switching to it. I do prefer overall red dots versus the holographic sights, but I think maybe for this, the EOTech might be the ticket. That's something I'm gonna have to try out later on down the line when I get some more time with it. Like I said, no issues, everything works phenomenal. All I've done is take it out of that box, put a little grease on the inside a little bit, and I've been just shooting it. And you know, as I get more time with it, I'll get a better opinion on it. And then of course I'll have to come back and do a follow-up video when it's, I think, finalized with the light and everything, and really get a good opinion on it. As I said in the beginning of the video, this is a useless gun, and it kind of is. I mean, it's not, it's one of those guns you just gotta want. You know, it's such a specific item that for your everyday shooter, it might be hard to justify any other reason to have it other than you just want to have the gun. And that's where I fall. You know, it's not going to outperform an AR being because it's 9mm. You know, I mean, it's limited by its caliber. You know, pistol wise, it's a fantastic pistol, but then you know, you're really giving up the carryability of a pistol. So it's a weapon in its own class, PDW, and like I said, it's a really niche item. And if you want one, fantastic, go grab one. And out of all the PDWs out there right now, I strongly think this is the one to have. You know, you've got the B&T. It's a close, I don't want to say second, but it's definitely popular now because it was picked up by the Army for whatever they're going to do with it. It is more in price, the B&T is, than this. This runs about $2 grand, just over two, something like that. You can get the older, the second iteration of the MPXs for a little bit cheaper, maybe like 1,800 or so, but you definitely want that Timmy trigger in there. But as other comparable sub guns out there, you're not going to beat this. Okay? Now, if you want to go the AR9 route, I'm going to argue that that's a different gun altogether. Not because of how it functions being the direct blowback, because the Scorpion works in the same way, but I just feel that that's a separate gun altogether. This is a separate class of guns right here. You know, if this is out of the ballpark for you price-wise, then I think the CZ Scorpion is the close runner-up to this. And a lot of things go with that as far as, you know, considerations as far as having aftermarket compatibility parts and things like that, magazines, accessibility. This is a little bit harder to find some things for, but they do make plenty out there. And of course, right now, times the way they are, it's hard to determine what's legitimately hard to come by or not. It's just a weird time with everything right now. So, all right, folks, so thanks for tuning in. It's just a real quick rundown of what my thoughts were on this and why I wanted something like this. So if it's something that suits you, go out and get one. I can't recommend this any more than, you know, any other great gun out there. It works, it does its job. If you're just into something else, then get something else. If you're into MPXs, get an MPX. It won't disappoint, and I can say that with certainty. As time goes on, I'm going to continue to shoot this more. I'll get a better idea and understanding how this thing works, and, you know, some more familiarity with it. Really get some time, trigger time, and really, you know, get a good idea of what the capabilities of this gun are. And then I'll make a video on that, and hopefully by then I got it dressed up a little bit more as things become more available. You know, after the holidays, the demand for items might ease up a touch. So stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.